just film this fucking thing. I'm trying to turn this sound off. Turn this sound off. Just film this food fighter. Food fighter. Food fighters. Ready to go. Got my vitamin D. I'm gonna eat it. One pill. I ran out. I already have a bunch in my mouth that I ate. And I'm gonna drink it down with a beer. That diminishes the power of it. But I'm sorry for being mean against the people in Texas in one of my videos. Hi. Walking in LA. That's gonna be cool. It's warm there. It's warm there. I like to be there. I'm gonna work in movies. I'm gonna make a bunch of money, and I'm gonna be able to pay Danica and the kids to move there. So that's what I'm gonna do, because I'm really good at that stuff, and I like LA, and I've always liked LA. So I'm gonna go to LA and work in movies. Movies. I ain't fucking around here anymore. I ain't fucking around anymore. I ain't fucking around anymore. I don't know. I ain't fucking around any longer. No. I don't know. Why do I look that way? Maybe my makeup wore off a little bit. I don't know. Hey. I ain't fucking around any longer. I ain't fucking around any longer. I'm gonna do that in a movie. Show up in a movie and just go, okay, say the lines, John. Say the lines. You ain't fucking around any longer. Say it. Okay, action. I ain't fucking around any longer. And fuck you. I'll just show up and do that. Be a big movie star. I'm cool. Fuck you. I ain't fucking around anymore. I'm famous. You got an F on your test now. Triple F. Fuck you. I ain't fucking around. I'm famous. Drink down my pills, my vitamin D. I haven't gone out in the sun. My pills, I already ate enough. Give me this beer so I can be like a skinny Axl Rose on whiskey on stage. He's got the old tattoos of Southeast Roanoke. In Roanoke, they call it Southeast. There's a neighborhood called Southeast, and they had people that really look like Guns N' Roses. Like a long time ago, they had those kinds of tattoos. But Southeast is kind of expensive now. It went up in value. The values of it went way up. The values of the real estate went way up. The values of the real estate went way up in Roanoke. It's been a miracle. It's up everywhere a lot in Roanoke, and they pay people really well. It's become like a kind of big city a little bit with, you know, really well paid jobs. Like a school teacher here gets paid $55,000 a year. And a lot of the starting salaries, it's pretty much $15 an hour is the beginning wage. A lot of the factory jobs, no experience needed, are $20 an hour. They're paying everyone really well. It's like people are driving expensive cars and stuff. It's like something happened in the real estate went up way up too in this town. And they used to have like Southeast. It was the white kind of less expensive neighborhood, but they had some people with money there, but not as much. And then it was like a good place where investors would buy a house and fix it up. I don't really want to do it. I'm tired of it, so I'm gonna go to LA. I'm gonna go to LA with Al, and I'm gonna see if I can just go to Texas from there and get Rowan and bring him to LA with me. And then if I'm working on when I'm working on movies, hopefully he can hang out with me. Or meet other kids, but like I don't know if I want to get Rowan into movies as big yet because he's young. He's 15. He's 15. So I'd like to get him in LA with me, and then keep him away from the weirdos and stuff. Like really watch him. The guy in Lord of the Rings, the really young looking white guy when he was young. Now he's like 40 something. Not Tobey Maguire. This other guy in Lord of the Rings, he played the lead character. He has blue eyes, like kind of like it looks like Pierce Brosnan in his prime, son, like the son of Pierce Brosnan in his prime or something. Like he has like a little nose and blue eyes and little features like a young man. He was in one of those movies, The Hobbit or something like that. I can't think of his name right now. And he was like the star of Lord of the Rings. He was the one who had to get the ring or something, but it wasn't Frodo. I thought Frodo was the guy who was this other guy, but he was the one who had like blue eyes, looked really young face, like he was like a teenager. And his mom really, for him to get famous, I'm gonna look up his name. His mom helped him in Hollywood to keep him safe from the weirdos. To keep him safe from the weirdos, they say. You know, she kept him safe from the weirdos and made sure it was just the work. It wasn't like these people who party and stuff out there who might be getting high and stuff like that. So, Lord of the Rings cast. He's like my age now, I think. And then there's Sean Astin. I'm trying to think of how. Did he work on a movie or something that Danica kind of, I don't know. Sean Astin, I don't know. But I know his father was a famous person. I don't really know him. But Elijah Wood, that guy Elijah Wood, you know, Elijah Wood, he was like the star of Lord of the Rings. His mom made sure it was okay so he wasn't with any of the weirdos who were trying to party when he was underage. So I'll have to look out for Rowan so he doesn't get into partying too young. So, you know, at home, a child who's 15 or 16, depending on what state you live in, a kid at home can drink some beer at home. And that's okay for some places. So they have to stay at home. they can't drink a bunch of beer, like maybe a little at home, but they, you know, I don't know what the laws on or that stuff. I don't want them to do marijuana. I don't want them to do marijuana. So I want to try to get Rowan, bring him to Los Angeles, but you know, I'd like to be with a woman. I've waited a long time for Danica, and she's made me wait longer, and she has not responded as much as I like, and she's, you know, she's been this way for about 6 years. She has been this way for 6 years. So I don't know what she's acting that way for. I kind of like the idea of having a girlfriend. I miss that, like having someone to love and hug. But you know, I also miss my kids and regular people who you're not supposed to be sexual with. But so I thought I'd go to LA with Al, and then make enough money there that I can pay to get my kids there. Beer. I feel better. He knows that I want to go to LA, but I think he thinks that like he's gonna get to stay here in the warm, like the art school like it was. But we're gonna try something new and different and fun. Like I really want to, unless maybe he'll stay back here and keep the heating costs down and watch the house and look after the cats. But I thought I was bringing him to LA. I'm gonna try to bring him to LA, but I'll have to like really show him. You know, we're getting on a plane and going there. I'm not gonna drive. He thinks it'd be like a fun, like the old '60s days when they drive across country, or like the Muppets or something. But it's not really that way. Driving across country, it's a lot of driving. It's a lot of driving, and following the directions. Oh, I can't do any of that fear or loathing stuff. I wouldn't do those types of drugs. That stuff is too strong. You know what that guy did, Hunter S. Thompson. I don't know. It sounds like a good idea, but really, you get in a plane and you're there in like 8 hours or something like that. You're there, and then driving across country takes 30 something hours, and all those hotels you have to pay for. I don't know, you know, I don't want to have to pay for all that. And just getting on a plane, I get us a plane flight, and we go right there. He's somebody I can socialize with and go places. We can go. I can go in to get an agent, or he could stay at home or something. And then he won't freeze to death in the wintertime or something like that. So, hi. Yeah, you only live once. I don't want to wake up and I'm 50 years old. 50 years old, man. Oh, man. And then, you know, there's something about the age 55. I think the age 55 will be really good for me. So older ages can be good, but I don't want to be 50. I don't want to be 50 anytime soon. Like, so I don't want to wake up and be 50, but I think 55 will be good. I don't know why. It'll be like really happy for some reason. And yeah. And yeah. So I want to go there to Los Angeles, and then I'm gonna get an agent, work on movies, and go out there a lot. I'm gonna go out there a lot because I'm tired of being in here all the time. But I may have to a little bit longer, be in here a little bit longer for a while. I don't know. Maybe Al will show up today. I don't know. I'll try calling him. Yo. Let's try to call. I'm gonna try to call Al. Eh, eh, eh. Wow, I feel okay. Eh, here's his number. I got it. Should probably brush my teeth. Come on. Come on. I'm tired of this stuff around here. There's some real estate guy that I think knows my dad, and when I watch my dad, I see my dad make expressions like him, or something like there's some real estate guy that he knows, and I think the guy who he knows has less money than than my dad does, but I think he's like a bad influence a little bit on my dad, but my dad like thinks it's funny and maybe jokes with him or something. I can tell he makes expressions like some other man who's like some other real estate man that he has in his mind who works in real estate, and he's like a little more sinful, but like it's not that bad of an influence, but he like jokes or something, and he puts these expressions, but it's like or something. It's like his face looks like this other person, and I can tell, that's not my dad. He's acting like someone he's aware of who works in real estate. And I think I know who the other person was because I used to work at their real estate offices and stuff. And I think he's in Roanoke somewhere, but like an older guy in his 60s, maybe older. I don't know. And he maybe has like money, but like I don't know how much money. Nowadays, so many people have money. So I want to go to Los Angeles and do things that I enjoy. I don't want to do things a way that I don't enjoy. I could be like my parents, but I can't. I just can't. I won't. Actually, I guess God won't let me be. He won't let me be just like my parents. Trying to get rid of anything. I can feel the dirt on my teeth. So, but I'm like my parents. Of course I'm like my parents. Of course I'm like my parents. Of course I'm like my parents. But I don't want to be like, I don't want to be too much like them. I got married, and then you're supposed to put that person first. Then I was very different when I got married. Walking in LA, so much walking in LA. There's some girl who sings it, has a really high pitched voice and squeals and stuff, but a girl, and she sings "Walking in LA," and she looked really good. Like, I looked up these people. She sings "Walking in LA" and some other kind of famous song, some pretty famous songs, but the way she looked was like really good. Walking in LA. I'll show you what she looked like. Here she is. She looked really good. But she looked like, had a body of like I don't know. It doesn't matter if you're small or big or what, if as a woman, and I guess as a man, it doesn't matter that much, because depending on who you're in love with, like, it doesn't, I
wouldn't get that worried about appearance, but she looks pretty good. I'm gonna turn the volume down because I don't have the rights to it. But this is like, I guess this is her singing "Walking in LA" to a giant concert. And these guys, they were skinny. Her people in her band were small and skinny. She had like a small and skinny body. They were small and skinny like teenagers. And these are just regular people in the crowd. And then, but this is her. Like, look at the way she looks. Like, I don't know. I thought she looked pretty good, really good. She had a really good look. She's the one who goes walking in LA. Hey, hey. I can't. That's too young. I can't do any of that. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Get married to Danica again. Yep. I think she looks really good. I like this stuff. I don't know who I'm supposed to marry or what. But they're like the skinny body people. They're small. Nowadays they have these guys who are really strong, like fitness models who have more muscle. But they have a cool look too, but they're all skinny. Like the people in this band are skinny. But she looked really good. Like her face, her clothes and stuff, and her makeup and hair and stuff look really good. Look, she's in really good shape. Allie, how did her face looks like Lady Gaga, kind of. Yeah, I don't have any interest in this person. You know, I'm not attracted to her or anything like in a way that with my heart. I'm not like I don't lust after her with my heart or anything like that. It's like no. But she looks really good. She has a good look, and then they're like skinny. They're all like skinny or smaller. But you can be bigger and look good too. Like nowadays, who's that woman? Amy Schumer or something, but she, I think she uses too much sexuality. I think her name is Amy Schumer. Is that her? Yeah. She shows too much sexuality, but she looks good at her little heavier weight, you know? But, I think she shows too much sexuality. Amy Schumer, but that's the wrong example. But because she's too sexual. But for a body type like that, you know, it looks good enough. I'm trying to find a new video of her because then you'd see, you know, she kind of gained some weight. Like here, she looks like a regular person that you'd see in a small town or something. Like somebody like this. You know, her arm has some fat. You know, but she still looks really good. But you know, no. I think she's a little too sexual though. But it's kind of funny. But I don't know. It might be a little too much. I think she's a little too much with the way she acts. But you don't have to look like it could be any body type that you're supposed who you're supposed to be married to, and it's up to God or who you're supposed to like be with. And heavy woman. Yo. Yeah! Oh gosh! I hope she's okay. She's gotta lose weight. I could try to help her to lose weight. Just stop eating food. You know, that could really hurt her. That could hurt her body pretty bad. She could die any day, you know, with that kind of weight on. That's not good. And you know, how did she keep clean? But I don't know. And how does she clean all this around here? She'd have to no, and I don't know. And she, you know, that's not like in my family as much. We didn't have people that fat in our family, so it would kind of be like not honoring my parents as much to be with somebody, like this fat who got that fat. It would be really weird. Um, who's this person? This looks like a little too fat. It's like it looks really good for somebody, but see, the reason why I can't personally go with somebody like this is because it reminds me of some other person in the family who's like heavier than Danica, and so it's like, no, weird. No, I don't want it because it reminds me of this other person. But it doesn't make a difference if they're fatter or heavier or what, as long as you're in love with them, and it's something special that you have together that other people don't have, that other people don't get as much. And so it's like whoever you're supposed to, it might be part of your eating habits. Skinny woman. I don't want to share that stuff. But if they're too skinny, it's like, gosh, what do they eat? Like a little bowl of soup every day? Like, how can they? Like, I don't want to be with somebody who doesn't eat that much. Like they're a teenager or something. Like or like a skinny teenager. Unless it's Rowan. Unless it's Rowan is not, like my regular kids, like not something sexual. Hi. Hey, everybody. So, okay. 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 I ain't fucking around any longer, man. Like the next door, somebody who lives in this neighborhood. I picture him walking up here. I ain't fucking around any longer, man. Like there's this guy who lives in the neighborhood, and he started getting like funny. He did this a long time ago. Like 10 or 15 or 20 years ago, before I lived here. He was retiring from his job, and he didn't want to lose his job, and he was under a lot of pressure, and he wanted to make sure he got his retirement, and he'd yell out into the woods and go, "Fuck you." And he'd say curse words and stuff and go, "Fuck this, man, I ain't fucking around." And he'd yell into the woods, and then he finally, by some miracle, he retired. And he got his money, and he stopped cursing into the woods. And then now he got that way a little bit again. And he drives kind of fast. He does something a little bit weird. Like I was driving in the road, and he drove up to me, and I started backing up, and he started going ring, ring, and doing that a little bit. Like just as his funny way of doing stuff. And I don't know why he started acting that way again, like doing funny stuff. I don't know. But I picture, since he's my neighbor, and it says like, do unto others as you would do unto yourself, I try to say, I ain't fucking around any longer, man.
and I try to pretend like I'm him, and because that's my way of being kind to him. Like, I'm not fucking around. I'm not having promiscuous sex. I'm not having promiscuous sex with anyone, and neither is he. So he's not doing that kind of stuff either. So I ain't fucking around any longer, man. And so that's my way of being kind to my neighbor. But it's curse words, but it's still kind. It's still trying to be kind to him in some way. I have been celibate for years. It's I got kind of used to it. I'm used to it, but I don't want it to go on for too much long. I don't want it to go on like that for a long time. I'd like to be with somebody who I can finally get to hug and kiss, who loves me and shows me love. Someone who shows me love and attention. Instead of just, I don't know. So I might try to find somebody new instead of Danica. Instead of Danica. I don't know what I'm gonna do. There's somebody who comments on here who call me a dude. I don't know what she looks like at all. I don't know what she looks like at all. She has a picture of her, like a close-up of an eye. I don't know what this person looks like, and I had a feeling it might be wrong to be with somebody like that. So, okay, hi, and just say hi to him and stuff. You're married? Oh, good. Hey, that's good. Okay. Then I'll never be with you. I'll never be with you. I don't like being with a one. I don't like doing that stuff. I just don't like doing it. I don't like being with somebody else's woman or somebody who's married, and I'm supposed to say I'll never be with you anyway, but I'm hoping Danica will finally be kind to me, a lot, and show me a lot of love. Thanks. Well, you're already married, so you get to have a good husband that you're with. So don't mess that up. I mean, just be with him or be with him. So, to Latino, Holmes, got to get to Latino. I've got to work with this Latino here to do work that I never fucking wanted to do, Holmes. Gotta work with this Latino here, Holmes, in my own home, when I didn't want to do that, Holmes. I'll keep working on the videos. I want to go to LA, I think to be around people. It's like, Danica can film videos out in public. She knows how to film videos in public because she's a mother and she has children, and it's like home videoing them. So it's like going to public events and she's home videoing her children, and it's okay. And I'm not even allowed to fucking say what I'm allowed to do in out there and film, because I'm not really allowed to film that much out in this town. And it's not the fault of the town. It's like, I kind of want to leave. I kind of want to go to Los Angeles and really go out there around people more and work. Of course, it's something I can work at while I'm being around people more. So, somebody wrote me on the other line about my house. I have an ad that I put it somewhere for sale or something like that. I'm gonna see what they said. Artist mansion atop a mountain in Virginia. That's how I was kind of selling selling it, saying, you know, it's a mansion, like something really cool, and maybe somebody who always wanted a big house, large, a mansion or something like that would be interested and pay more for it because it'd be cool. But I got to get the square feet just right. And in the listing, it said my house was 6,000 square feet. It said my house was 6,000 square feet, unfinished and finished. So that's not all finished, you know, because I had to work on the house a lot. And I have to look into how many is finished, how many is unfinished. If it has more than 6,000, if it has 7 or 8,000. It doesn't have 8,000. It does not have 8,000. It's like some shitty ass dirt floor, cool big open air building, but it's like an open air building, has giant tall ceilings down there. It's 1,800 square feet. I can put a green screen in there probably, but it has all Al's stuff. It's 1,800 square feet. It doesn't get water inside. I could put something as some kind of a ground in there, maybe put walls on it and have it like finished one day, but it's so much work. It's so much work, and the work has already gone on for so many years, and that's not what I wanted my life to end up being. That's not what I don't want that to be my life. So I'm probably gonna leave. But while I'm here, I can work at stuff, and it like somehow gets money back. It's like an investment, and it's like something I can do productive as long as I have to be here. And this person wants more pictures of the house. I got all these really good pictures of the house. I got the house in really good order. It's good. It's good right now, but I don't have the energy to think about it right now. Might have to lay down or eat protein. Maybe I can eat protein. Hey. He wants more pictures of the house. Well, I got tired all of a sudden. Tired. I think I need protein or go to sleep. I should lay down and go to sleep. I should probably lay down and go to sleep. Probably lay down and go to sleep or something. You know what? I'd like to show you this really funny video I have of my dad. It's of Al Pacino. Fuck you. And he takes a machine gun, but it put my dad's face. It put my dad's face on it. He was being really nice and good, my dad, and he was hanging out with family, and they weren't saying any curse words or anything like that. And he was like, you know, taking it easy. and then I sent him a message because I had yelled before he went out of town. Before he went out of town, I yelled because like I was like, I'm tired of this. I want to go to LA or something like that. And and I was gonna try to get my mom to sell the house and put it for sale. I wanted to get out of here and not come back. And then he didn't like it, and I was kind of mean, and they had apologized the next day, and then they went out of town, and then everything was nice where they went. And then I'm trying to import the video for my phone. And then he got to where he's going, everything was nice and happy. And then I tried to send him a text, and he thought, oh, more of this, like angry, like how I was angry when I wrote to them last time I talked to him. But usually I'm not angry. Usually I'm not angry, but it was just I happened to be that way, like right before they went out of town. It left an impression on them a little bit. So when I tried to write to them when they're out of town, they thought I was going to be angry again. And then and then I sent him this video. Here it is. And he was acting all nice, and he had like really light colored hair, and like his eyebrows are lighter because he's gotten older, and he felt like, you know, he's like a, hey, he's nice and everything. And he felt and then I sent him this video. And I put his face on Al Pacino. I put his face on Al Pacino and sent it to him after I sent something with me being kind of sinful, and then I showed him being kind of sinful, like and then I thought maybe he'd think. This. I put his face on Al Pacino on this, like, they have these really good quality face apps now that look kind of real. So I'll play it. I'm gonna turn the volume up though. It has Al Pacino and he shoots. He it made my dad after he was really nice, and he was like, he felt like he had like light hair in the sun, and like he was like happy with family and everything was nice. He wouldn't ever say curse words. And then I sent him this video of him as Al Pacino accidentally, but it was, you know, I don't know why I sent it, but I'm just gonna play it.
So long, man. Have a good trip. Fuck you! So long, man. Have a good trip. Fuck you!
Okay, there's my dad. Like he's counting his money or something. He does cocaine, shoots all these people. But he wouldn't, you know. Okay. Well. And it looked funny because it looked like it was his real his face, because it had really good software to do. Oh, and here's another one I did of me looking sexy, like as if I have a good body. There are a few of them I did. Here's one of my friend Corey. Here's one. No, that one's terrible. Wait. Here's a meme that I made, but I didn't put it anywhere. Picture the anxiety words in your thoughts, or this idiot saying them to you. No, this is stupid. I shouldn't say that. That's maybe that's mean. I maybe it's not even anxiety, the worries that you have, and they're more serious. Sorry. And here's one of me looking sexy, but it's not my body. You know, I don't have this physique, but it shows me acting sexy. There's something behind a counter or something that. I don't know. I don't know. But it has this face software, and it's good. It's one of the face switching apps that you can get now, and it does it really good quality. It made it look like it was my face. Here's the pictures of my house. I took really good pictures of my house, and I really worked on the house to really get it ready. Wait, where are the pictures? Where are the pictures? I thought, where are the really good pictures? But I can't really sell it. This one looks okay. I didn't put this in. I wasn't gonna put this in the listing. This looks really cool. This is the downstairs. I'm gonna see. That looks pretty cool. Someone would like it here, but you know, they didn't respond as much. Or they wanted me to go there and get them. I didn't feel like going there again. I was worried about it. I tried to go, and then one time I got sick. Corey. Huh. I'm not going to rent it as an Airbnb. I don't want to. It's too many people to deal with. Like one little thing at a time. I'd rather rent it all at once and, you know, get the rent money every month than the Airbnb stuff where you have to like, you have to do stuff for every individual person. But they make a lot of money at that, at some people, the Airbnb. That it may be a way to make money. I don't want to do it anymore. I want to work really hard at something else and not having to be thinking about it as much. So that's why I don't want to have to this kind of thing too much. I'm not gonna do it. I'm just not gonna do it anymore. I don't want to. Here's a room. I got this room all ready. I took really good pictures of the house. I don't know where they are as much. Thanks. See, there's no other house like that that has the trees inside that are special. There's no other houses with the kind of staircase like this. This staircase that well here's that. See that staircase? That custom carved wood and design staircase. It's like really special. There's not stuff like that in regular houses. They didn't spend the effort on stuff like that. And this tree right here, I don't want to talk about it. They'd be jealous of it, or they used to. Not anymore, I guess. I don't know. You know, they think their houses are worth so much more money because they have a $1.7 million house or $1.2 million house or whatever it is. But there's nothing that special about their houses at all. Nothing special about them at all, other than it's worth a lot of money. Nothing original, nothing special about it. Oh, some jerk said this. I was going to write back to him, but I didn't. I'm going to delete it. He wrote me from an anonymous email. This guy writes me sometimes and says mean stuff. A grown-ass man in effing makeup and nasty clothes whining on YouTube live about the wife that left him and the kids who don't. They want to contact me. They just wanted me to be there in person. They got tired of me not being there. So Why should I go follow somebody else's rules to see my own children? Why should I follow someone else's rules to see my own children? Or I should act however I feel around because I trust myself and know that I'm good and know that I'm helping them and being a good father. And I want to be myself around them in an at-home environment. I don't want to go there and have them say, you've got to jump through these hoops or jump through different hoops or whatever to, get to feel like yourself in an at-home environment around your own children. So I had kind of enough of that. I've been there 7 times, and maybe it doesn't have to be that way at all. I think I have the wrong idea, but I just didn't feel like going there again. And I tried to go there yesterday, and I went out in the rain and tried to shut off the water to the guest house and stuff in the crawl space. And being out in the rain made me sick, and I was afraid to fly, and I felt really bad and sick. And it rained really hard. It kept raining, and I had to cancel a plane flight because I didn't want to die or something. And I felt pretty sick. And and then by some miracle later that afternoon, it got better, and the sun came out. And then the sun was out today, and I felt better. But I guess I wasn't supposed to fly yesterday. I mean, I could not go. I was pretty worried for my health if I had gotten on a plane. Because I was like a little bit vitamin D deficient. But then there are these shoes that just smelled really, really bad. I have never had shoes that smelled like a dead body. They smelled like a dead body of like a little chipmunk or something like that, a little bit bigger, and like it made my stomach hurt. It made my stomach hurt, and I couldn't figure out where the smell was coming from, and it was coming from my shoes. I don't know what dirty thing got into the shoes, but and I was so cheap, instead of buying new running shoes, I put them in the washing machine, and I poured a gallon of bleach all inside of them and filled them up with bleach and all on the outside of them in both shoes and let them sit there. And then I let them sit there for like an hour, 2 hours or something or whatever, 40 minutes or a long time. And then I washed them, and I washed the shoes with laundry detergent and the bleach that was in them and dried them, and they're downstairs. I'll show them to you. No, I don't want to show them to you, but it smelled really bad. It smelled like a mole, like a one of those like rodents who tries to like burrow into holes and stuff, and like when it had like their big body was dead or something. It was like a big dead body. It was like of a mole, or it was gross. It was really gross. It smelled like a dead body, and even having it, and I kept it. And for some reason they're in that room, and it kept making me feel sick. It kept making me feel sick. And then the rain was cold. It was 41 degrees out, and I had to go in the crawl space and shut off the water and do stuff like that in the rain. And it made me feel sick and weak. And I didn't want to get in a plane. I thought if I got the Delta virus or something, who knows what would have happened when I was that sick feeling. So I didn't go, and I was unable to go. And there have been other times when I got plane tickets and the entire mountain was covered in ice, and the only way to get down was maybe, like, I couldn't even walk 1 inch past those steps. I couldn't even walk an inch past those steps without really worrying about sliding. But there was maybe a way that I could have sat down and slid all the way down the entire mountain on the road, and but it was something came to mind. I can't go out there. I can't go out. I can't do it. I can't do it. But I was like afraid to say I couldn't do it. And I was trying to get to Texas in time, and it was like I couldn't go, and I had to stay inside, and I had to cancel a plane flight. I don't know why. So it hasn't been the right timing to go. I don't know why I'd have to see your dad again, for 10 years. They took them there. They took my wife and kids there for more than 4 years now, 4 years and 5 months. Why would I want to have to be around those other people one more time for the 8th time going there. It's like, and so I don't know how I'm gonna get there. You know, I think she'd come home. I don't know what she's trying to do. Years are going by. Years went by. So I thought I'll go to LA, make a bunch of money. I'll have a good job at movies, and then I'll be able to get my kids to move to LA, and then we can finally work in the entertainment industry. I don't know if that's too big of a goal to do. I don't know if that's too big of a goal to do, but it makes me happy feeling and okay. And I have some money to afford being able to go out there. And by some miracle, I think if I have to, well, I know if I have to rent this house, I can get good money coming in every month. It's almost like I'd be retired. It's amazing. It's amazing from the hard work I did. Like right now, there's paint on this shirt that I happen to be wearing right now. Is one of the shirts I happen to feel comfortable enough in because I saved my money in clothes and I was constantly working on this house. So by some miracle, it paid off. And I wasn't expecting that. Like I worked hard because I had to, and I just kept having to work hard at stuff. I'd work hard at videos, but it didn't get as big in the past few years. But it, you know, it might get big again, and or bigger, and then so by some miracle, I left all the results. I worked really hard at different things. I left all the results up to God and Jesus. I didn't try to demand a final result. I left it all up to God and Jesus, and I didn't even think about having a net worth or anything like that, or having plenty of money every month from doing it. But I knew I had to work, and I kept working because I knew it was a way to get money back somehow. And I left all the results up to God and Jesus, and I was really kind and good. And by some miracle, one of them paid off. The work on the house paid off. It was that and the videos that I was doing, and trying to get back Danica and the kids. That the most relentless thing I worked out was trying to get Danica and the kids. That's something I relentlessly worked at a lot, and I don't know what's going to happen. And years have gone by. Years have gone by. When I moved here, I was 38. I was a young man. I was 38, and now I'm 44. Now I'm 44. I've been at this house this entire freaking time. So that's what I thought. I'll go to Los Angeles and finally start socializing with people. Or, you know, how's it going to help to go to Texas? It might help. Maybe by some miracle we'd get along better or something. I don't know. No. So I want to do something different. So, you know, Al, I don't know. I want to get him on a plane with me to LA and give him $1,200 in his of cash. So if he's worried about anything going wrong, he can just fly home and get to his car and go to the deep green, or he can stay here if I don't want him to freeze or something. Like, he can stay here and watch that house or something like that, and kind of keep it minimally warm enough so it's like not too expensive. But I don't know, and watch the cats and stuff like that. And I want to go work at movies. I don't really care that much about it. It's that I have to pay my bills. It's that I have to pay my bills. It's not that I think it's so fun and awesome. It's that it sucks being alone. It sucks being all alone sometimes, but some other times it's okay. It's not that terrible. Sometimes it's okay. Sometimes it's fun. I enjoyed not having any more social anxiety. I don't have any more social anxiety. I don't have any social anxiety. I don't have. Well, at one time I was depressed from them being there so long, but that went away. I haven't been depressed. So I'll probably just go to try to get to Los Angeles, and then I might not always want to talk to people, but it's a way to go out there around people, and then the thing is to try to get her and the kids to Los Angeles. I don't want them to be in Texas. Or get them to come back to Virginia with me. I don't want them to be in Texas. They've been there too long. And I think if I'm making it, I don't know what I'm going to do. I really don't even know what I'm going to do. I really don't know what I'm going to do. But I don't know. I don't know. I just leave it up to God again. But I started getting like, once I figured out the real estate went up and my house was worth something, I started like, for some reason I got worried and worked harder. I worked harder on my house, and I just kept working on the house and getting it in order. And I thought I'd have to sell it or rent it or something like that. So I make sure I had the money that really it said, like that, you know, it really happened. The real estate went up in value, and it was a miracle, I guess. And I wasn't expecting it, but it kind of steadily went up in the past 2 years or something like that. And I was like, wow, the real estate is high here. It's as high as LA was like 20 years ago or something. Or I don't know. Like a 1-bedroom here went up to $1,200 a month or $1,000 a month, like $1,000 a month or $1,200, something like that. 1,000 or 12, something like that. It's expensive now. Kind of, not that expensive, but like it went up. It's like the future. It's like the future. Years went by. Years went by. I don't know how I still look okay enough, but that's been something that I kind of was determined. Even when I got heavier and was like, it didn't feel as good. I was kind of felt like not the best sometimes and covered up more. I was like, I still stayed determined. I'm going to lose weight again and, you know, work it out when I could. So somehow I don't look too old, I guess. But years went by. When I moved here, I was 38, and now I'm 44, and people are older. You know, it's the future. It's like I don't want to let time go by without getting to live out there at the things I enjoy. And it's not really that I care about doing it. You know, I don't really want to do it. I really want her and the kids. That's the thing that I really want, is her and the kids. And but I have to pay bills. I'm tired of being all alone. I don't really enjoy going out into regular American towns where I can't work at films or videos. I like to film a video if I'm out there, but apparently that's not really allowed around here as much for me. So, and it's not really this place. It's like, but that kind of made me want to leave a little bit. But it's not their fault. It may be God that didn't want me to be out there filming and doing videos first and films first. Because I could have just made a film. I could have just. It was wrong to make like a feature film, my best work, and really worked hard at it. Instead, I had to work at this house, and then I put some work into the videos. Really trying to get back her and the kids. So I don't know what's gonna happen, and that's me and my problems and stuff that I think about, and I'm talking to everybody about. That's like me and my problems and stuff that like. Some people get too worried about it and they think there's no way out or something, and they're like, they start getting depressed and they think they don't know what to do, and they're stuck. They think they're stuck, but just don't worry about it anymore. Like, hey, you know, who cares? Try to not worry about it, and that's when it's okay to let go or do nothing. If you're working too hard, if you're working too hard to do, it's okay to not work sometimes. Or God wants things to be different than we thought. So I should take my own advice on that. But now it's like I can't leave all the results up to God and work really hard and then expect God to make the results happen. Like I've got to kind of take charge and do things more with my will, I think, now. So that's why I kind of want to go out there and do famous stuff. That's something that would make me happy, like maybe to actually get famous. Like a famous A-lister or somebody like that. Like that's something that would be like, okay, that finally actually happened. So that would be like something that I could be happy about, besides her and the kids, because really I just want her and the kids. So once I had them, then we can talk about all that stuff and everything's okay. They understand. We worked at the entertainment stuff and understand no matter what we have to go through. But I don't think we're gonna have to do too much of the other stuff we don't want to anymore, because I already had to do that for 14 or more years. The real estate stuff, the regular job, real estate. But then the films I worked at, I had to work at a long time, and for some reason it didn't get to where I thought it would get. But it got something. It got something, I guess. It's like I'm kind of famous. I'm like one of the, I could talk about my resume or whatever. It's like I'm kind of famous, but I'm not an A-lister. I don't have $100 million. I'm not as well. People don't recognize me like they recognize Joe Rogan. They don't recognize me like it's even the fucking celebrities who only have like $2 million or $1 million, who everyone sees them all the time. They're out there doing stuff, and so I think if I go to LA with as really big, pretty big a resume as I already have, instead of being in Virginia the whole time since 2005 with no contacts, no industry contacts besides my parents and Danica, that was the way that like kind of I could make things okay. I made things real or happen or whatever it's called. That I had to those are like the people. Those are my industry contacts, my parents and Danica. I got money from my parents to do my films. Then I had to work really hard for 14 years at that kind of stuff, which sucked. But at least I did what was right. And but those are the contacts I had. Those were the that's as far as it was able to get with us. But I think together with Danica, that was able to go huge. That was able to go really huge. But I'm not fantasizing about it. It's up to God. I don't know what'll happen, but we had something special. We were able to go big because we both believed in it to go really, really big. There's no stopping it from getting pretty big, really big. They have 501 million views. That's more than most any celebrity who has a YouTube channel. 501 million views. There are people with billions of views, and that's kind of getting closer to A-list. But she has 501 million views on her channel, and I believed in them to get really big and really famous with it and stuff. So I know that we can do stuff like that, and we've done pretty big things. So it was about dreaming big. It was about, like, my dad didn't like the word dream as much, so I couldn't really say it. But with her, we could say whatever we felt like, that wasn't hurting him. And it's about like dreaming. It's like Jim Carrey, who I don't know if he believes in God and Jesus. I don't know how much he believes in God and Jesus. He thinks it's the universe, that you can choose the things you want, but he has a way of doing things that he visualizes the thing he wants to achieve. $1 million or $2 million for like when he was getting his start at movies, he wanted to get $1 million or $2 million at a movie. So he'd visualize that thing, and then he'd go out there in the world and socialize with people and demand that it happen and do whatever he had to do without being too mean, and to make that a reality by the ways he interacted with others. And he was really good at his actual work, his acting, and being like a really funny character and good at acting and stuff. So he says that he would choose a goal that he wanted, and he'd visualize it, like the thing he wanted, and then he'd know he's gonna get it, and then he'd go out there and he'd talk to people and stuff and work really hard, of course, at what he did. He was an actor, so he had that, and a comedian. He was a comedian and actor, and I don't know what he's doing now, but I don't know how much he believes in God and Jesus. I don't know how much he believes in God and Jesus, so I don't know where he's going to go when he dies or what. So it may not be the most important thing. It's not the most important thing. There's the things you achieve on earth. Unless by some miracle he really finds God and Jesus. I hope he does. I think he's okay, but he's like, sometimes he's really nice, I think, but he's just some celebrity. I don't even know who he is. And he got really big at stuff. He got like really big at stuff. So I don't know, but I don't know him. And there are people like that in Los Angeles you can talk to, and they're real celebrities. And when you're like they're there, and that's what they do. And it's work. It's like you'd have to work at it. So I'll probably go there because I already directed 3 movies. I wrote and directed 3 movies and acted in it. And I learned all the stuff about how to do a movie, a real movie, the writing, all that stuff. So as long as I get to work at something, I'm tired of like cleaning up dust or something of this and keeping the house in good condition all the time. And when I get the chance, doing one more thing to make it in better shape. It's been almost 5 years of full-time work. I've been hidden away from people pretty much and just had these videos. But I hang out with my parents sometimes, and I might go see other people, but I'm trying to get my wife and kids back. If she'll even be considered my wife, or I don't know if God wants her to be my wife or what. So I don't even know. It's so hard to think about doing. I'll maybe stream a movie some night, one of my movies. I gotta make sure it's a really good internet connection and a really good sound, and maybe I can do that. I don't know. No, I don't know. Yeah, no. So I think that's what I want to do. I'll show you my house. I got it really good. It'd be really good to be able to. I gotta pee. I got my house really good. I got this pretty good. I got it cleaned up. It looks kind of like, in good shape. It looks really good shape. Not like new, but it's, it's I don't want it to look like new, but I don't know. So this has a walk-in closet for somebody up here. It's like there's a bunch of my stuff on there. I can just put some of it in a bag and leave. This takes work, making your own music and music videos. And, is it guaranteed to make money or not? In LA, I can be around other human beings who do that, who work at stuff, and I can get paid to direct a movie or act in a movie. So I got all this together. Where did it get me all these years back here? Maybe I would have been an A-lister, a real A-list celebrity. Instead, I was in a small town, Virginia. Hey. I got this better. I did the dishes. I cleaned up the countertop. I got this better. It looks pretty good. This is a good dishwasher. This was originally $1,200, and I got it as a floor model. It's pretty good. It plays a song. It's a good appliance. It makes the value of the house go up, but you have to be careful of them because you don't want to get wear on the appliances. And then I got this appliance new,
which I've used a lot, kind of. But I didn't want to get it new. It was like I could have gotten a floor model or something. And this was Al's refrigerator, and I had to clean it up a lot. But this girl, Dana, cleaned it first, and then he kept slopping food and stuff on it and everything. And so I had to clean. I cleaned it a little more one more time, and then like had to get rid of some rust and stuff. And it's okay. It works, and it saved me money. It was free. All I had to do was clean it. So that was like, rather than because when you get a new appliance, they can kind of get wear on them and stuff, but it can help the value of the house. But so that's what I do is I invested in this house. I painted all these floors. It used to have 2 layers of carpet on it, and it was really bad carpet. It was really gross. This floor was like, a few places in this floor were it needed a lot of different kinds of work that I don't usually talk about. And it was like sad. It was like hard to do, and I had to wear a mask and get near the stuff and use bleach and do things that I never thought I would have had to do, and a lot of it, and it sucked. And I wasn't expecting to have to do it on an old house, but somehow it's okay, and I got it all pretty good. This thing, I can install a better light bulb in this hallway. Yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen if she's not talking to me every day. This is pretty good. It has a heat pump. What are you doing? There's all this cat food here. That's all the cat stuff. You know, it wouldn't be here. It wouldn't be making a mess if. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hi. Maybe I work too hard at stuff. Like now I'm doing a video and the cat shows up. The one soul besides myself who shows up, I start saying, you know, this shit wouldn't be around here if it wasn't for you. I'm This is pretty good. So I got the place together. These are special couches because they're like my parents that we grew up around when they had those couches. My parents are still alive and well. Look, this cat killed a mouse. It's awful. That's why I closed the door. I had to close the door downstairs. I had to close that door because the other cat. I'm going to go upstairs and put warm clothes on. This, I got to clean up this entire kitchen. That's a bunch of stuff I'm going to throw away. I'm going to clean up this entire kitchen. But I might, you know, maybe when Al gets here, he'll clean it up in his own way, and that'd be nice. I got this laundry room better. The cat, yeah. I don't know. I clean these shoes. I hope they don't smell like a big giant dead animal, like a mole rat, like one of those big fat prairie dog burrow things that was dead. But I cleaned up those shoes rather than spend money on shoes. And it smelled awful. And I had to soak them in I had to put tons of bleach on them. Now they just smell like bleach. But I don't know if it's too strong. I might get another thing of bleach and then I didn't have to spend any money on shoes. and like I'd like to go somewhere where I make more money or something good that God wants me to do. I'll leave it up to God, but I think I'm going to go to LA because I have an ability at that, a special ability that most people do not have. So here's where Al would stay. I guess he'll have sheets or he might bring his own sheets, or he is going to stay. He's going to be here. I don't want him to die. It's cold. It's getting cold. And he's going to come here. So he's going to stay here, and then he can look after the cats. If I go to LA, or I'll just bring him to LA, because it's pretty cold right now. Like I with this t-shirt on in here. I don't know why. It must be in the 30s out there. Crazy. The cat likes it. The cat likes to stay down here, but he might want to come upstairs. I got this ready. I got the outside rooms ready. You'd think Danica and the kids would just move here and then they could stay here. Here's a room for Rowan. This still has some stuff in it. These are 4 bedrooms in here. There's one in the outside of the house. There's one in the outside of the house. There's another one on the outside of the house, and there's a guest house, and there's the entire upstairs, which is like a master suite. Yeah, it's pretty good, but it was so much work. It was so much work. So I'm glad I don't know why I had to do it, but it was like God's work. I think honoring my parents and doing their kind of labor work on the houses. I'm just gonna go upstairs. I was gonna lay down and sleep. I refinished these floors, these steps. I can finish this hallway better. It's like kind of unfinished, but it works. It goes to the attic. There's an attic in here. There's an attic in here. I have the guest house. I had to work on the entire place. And to fucking be, sorry, I shouldn't complain about it. It looks good and stuff, but it was a lot of work. It was more than 4 years of most of the labor myself. Other people helped. Sometimes other people helped. But most of the work myself, meaning most of it, whatever that means. It's like kind of cold down there, but it's like a little warmer up here. I can get better heat downstairs for cheap. Hey, what are you doing? I don't know why I was drinking those beers. I guess I better lay down because I'm getting my vitamin D up. Here's the vitamin D. It's like not very exciting. Call Danica and the kids relentlessly sometimes. You'd think they would answer every time. But she started being funny or something. Or not. I don't know. I can't even do this. It feels like it's like cold and I want to put a sweatshirt on. I'm gonna put some sweatshirt on. There's heat up here. The heat pump works to here. And then there's like, I have this baseboard electric, but I usually don't use it. This is pretty good. It's enough for her and the kids and me. I don't really want to live here by myself. I can't believe I had to do all the work to get it how it is now. It was, you would never think that it was that much work. You'd think you'd buy a house and fix it up and it would take like a few months or something, but it literally took more than 4 years of full-time work. And that's how I spent my life, like that and videos. But I didn't spend my life. Yo, man, I spend my life. Now I'm gonna die. Or shit. No, at least I didn't do that. At least I didn't do that. No, this is terrible. I'm not trying to blame it on a black person. I hate that stuff. I don't like it when people try to blame it on a minority. It'd be fun to meet people, but, you know, what? What? Oh, sorry. I thought I was putting its butt in there. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna turn this camera off, and maybe I'll be nice to the cat. But that cat is not my wife and kids, so it's a cat, and it's so, you know, Danica and my kids. I wanted them to be the best they could possibly be. And now that I've found God in Jesus, I know their souls are infinitely more important. Not like the Infinity Gauntlet or some shit. I don't know. That is the bad guy that got in the bad guy's hands. You know, that's good, that in the right person's hands, but it's about God and Jesus. It's about God and Jesus. That's when I say infinitely more. It's like forever. It's forever, for all eternity, our souls. What do you want? Well, I'm going to go. Maybe I'm too selfish and working my own stuff. But hey, I left all the results up to God and Jesus, and by some miracle, it turned out okay. I think. I don't know what's going to happen. I had to work really hard. It sucked. So it's like people to like lay off for the people who push that kind of shit on me. Because it's not the type of shit that I like. I ain't into somebody's man's feces to get his scent of his feces, so he don't wipe all the way. He leaves a little shit on his ass, so it gives him a scent, and then it makes him more manly and cool because he left a little shit on his ass. No. Don't do that. Now it's trying to kill someone with wiping an ass. I'm gonna go. It's trying to kill me. Trying to wipe my ass with the AIDS. I don't know. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go. Okay, I'm gonna go. Bye. Bye.